Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with another haul. This is some more recent comic haul. I get all my comics coming from my pre-orders have been coming from mycomicshop.com. I scaled it back to save a little bit of money and have them ship once a month. It's give and take. I get really excited before they come, but it's kind of cool because I forget what all I ordered. And even in my back issues, I've been adding those to the mix, and I forget what all back issues I ordered, as evident in a minute. So anyway, here is Oblivion Song number 5. Really happy to have that. Been loving this story. Can't wait to see where it goes. And this should be a very good issue. Can't wait to read it. And then I also have the Immortal Hulk number 3. So this is kind of a cool thing that happens too when you wait for a month. So here's Immortal Hulk number 3. What happens is that if anything like major happens and there's like a big, huge plot twist, you have to really fight hard to avoid it, and that's tough when you're active on YouTube, so you might end up seeing it. But it's really cool to have the Immortal Hulk here, because you get number 3 and you get number 4. And I've been loving these Alex Ross covers, and I'm really glad that they're the cover A's, you know, as opposed to you know, them doing like a Alex Ross variant or something like that, and then just slapping some crappy cover on the A cover. So really happy about that. So there's your Immortal Hulk number 4. That might be, other than the first one, this might be one of my favorite. I think it's my second favorite cover so far of the 4. Here's Weapon H number 5. Looks pretty tough there. Can't wait to get into that. And then a couple of back issues, and that is What If Spider-Man vs. Wolverine. Someone had this in a haul not too long ago. That's a John Romita Jr. cover. Somebody had this in a haul not too long ago, and I saw it, and I was like, didn't know that existed. So I hunted it down and bought it real quick. And I think the same day that I saw it in the video, I had ordered on mycomicshop.com. It was only a few bucks. And then here was the Uncanny X-Men 234. So what happened with this, just real briefly, is that I had already ordered this comic. I had picked it out of a bin and bought it at, I put it in my hold box because I didn't want to spend a bunch of money that day. So I had the comic shop split my haul in half, and I paid for half, and I took half, and then the other half I was going to go to the comic shop to get. Well, it had taken like 3 weeks before I could get back to this comic shop because it's kind of far away from me. So I had them ship them to me. Well, they kind of forgot, and they didn't ship them, and they got busy, and you know, whatever the reasons were. And I wasn't like angry or anything about it because it's such a great shop. It's fine. Things happen, right? So it was all cool. But it had been so long since I had picked this book up and actually had set it aside, I had completely forgot about all the books that were in that group. So when this book showed up in the mail, I said, I think I might have already bought this book. So when the time it finally showed up, I had already ordered it on mycomicshop.com. So now that it arrived, all these shipped the 1st of August. So now that today's 7th, technically. Well, by the time you watch this, it might be a few days later. So by the time it showed up, I realized I already have a copy of it. So now I got 2 copies, but that's okay because it's an excellent book. And actually both copies are pretty equal with each other. I think the one that I picked out myself at the comic shop might be a little bit better. It's a little bit wider because these X-Men, you know, titles were a little wider on the other one. So they look pretty good here too. So that's it. That's my quick haul. I'll have plenty more next month. That's just how it is. And then there's more comics in this that I pre-order, but a lot of them are for my son or my wife, and I don't usually show those. So I don't show the comics that I order or that I buy and intend to sell or flip. I usually don't preview those in videos either. So only the comics that I intend to keep for my personal collection make it into videos. So anyway, that's what we got. I hope you all enjoyed it. And when you get done with this, read a comic, and don't forget about our No Faces comic chat on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We've got a bunch of guests lined up. We're booked solid for like a month, and really super excited about the guests that we're going to have. So much information, so much comic knowledge flies around in these chats. And if you don't get to catch it live, try and catch it on the replay, because we're really having a ball doing it. And I think we're informing the community, and we're learning at the same time from each other. It's just absolutely fantastic. So if you get a chance, check that out. But definitely, when you get done with all this, read a comic. Thanks. Bye.